So today we're continuing with our work on Shirin Neshat. We've already had 3 lessons on her so far, and they were focused on appreciation and looking at some of her work. Through that time we looked at some of her films, and we also looked at her photography series of the Women of Allah. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So if we have a look at these, we can see that she uses a few common themes through all of these. Body parts, so she uses a lot of hands and feet through her work. She also uses black and white, which is what we'll be using today, a piece of black as our back paper to sort of put things on, and the white will be what we're cutting out and tracing and then putting onto the black. Today I'm going to focus on this one, which is known as bonding. It's one of her photographs that she's done. And as you can see, there's an adult's hands cupping a smaller infant's hands, which is why I've got my cousin here, Frankie. She's going to help me out today in doing that sort of thing. And that's the thing, you can work in pairs or you can work by yourself, but the aim of today is to use different themes that Shirin uses. So I'm going to be using our hands and feet like she does and cutting them on out of this paper and putting them on the black. And then as you can see through her, she uses a lot of guns, and not in these particularly, but we have discussed that she uses a lot of women's faces, which are always portrayed as being emotionless. But instead of using that today, we're going to use hands and feet. And instead of the guns, because they're significant in her life, we're going to choose symbols of our own that are significant in our lives. And today I've just got some roses, because I was saying in my life my family is very significant, and in my family there's a lot of love and laughter and things like that. So today I'll be using those as my symbols. So let's get started. Frank, can I just get you to hop up and just plant your feet just here? Yep, and the other one. And then I'm just going to trace around her feet. Oh, I'll just get you to come a bit forward, it's a little bit off, yep. And you can choose any part of the body, so whether it's your hands, your face, tickles. And I just want you to roughly trace around it, and then the other one. In there. And then, okay, you can hop off now. Thanks, gorgeous. And then we're just going to cut these up, and I've just roughly done them. So we're just going to cut out these. And they don't have to be perfect, so just as long as you get the rough shape that you're using, just to show the symbols and the idea that you want to get across. So there's one of our feet, and then we're going to cut out the other one. Hard with these curly toes. And then we've got our 2 little feet, which represent the child's. And then I'm also just going to trace my hands as the adult's hands to put in the picture too. We can do those next. Well, you can do it that way. Frankie just said, what about mine? You could have my adult feet and Frankie's hands. You can do it any way you want. We'll just do this one for now. And I'll just cut out this one just to give you an idea, and then you can do it yourself. The idea that we're trying to get today is what we've learnt from Shirin so far, so through our appreciation classes, of looking at her work and her themes and how she tries to get her message across. We're trying to show that today in our work, using her ideas and our ideas to present our own artwork. So I'm just going to roughly do it to give you an idea. Otherwise I would do this much neater. Now, after that's done, I would do my other hand, but just for time's sake, I'm just going to show you. So we've got one of my adult hands here, and we've got my two little feet from my cousin. So you can present them any way you want. You can do them like this and have your two hands opening up to the feet, or the 2 feet together in the hands, similar to this picture here, like what they do, sort of over covering them. And then you can choose more than one symbol if you want as well. I just got one for an example. And so what we can do here is we can stick them around the page, or you can put them within your parts of your body that you've traced and cut out. But overall, we just want to be using parts of the body. And then also, if you wanted, she uses Persian calligraphy that we've discussed in our classes before. If you wanted, you can get a pen and you can start to write things on your parts of the body which is significant to you. So I'd write things like love and family, things like that down, and you can develop that until you feel the whole pieces that you've cut out, and just neaten them up a little bit, and then it's sort of a little bit like a collage, but then arrange your piece how you feel it should be done. And through this, we're exploring Shirin's work and developing our own sense of artwork through that.